It was the first week of November, the kind where the air gets sharp and every breath feels like it's cutting through fog. I was waiting for the last bus home after a late shift. It was around 1:30 a.m. The streets were dead quiet, except for the wind pushing dry leaves across the pavement. The stop had one dim streetlight. It flickered like a dying heartbeat. There were no other people, no cars, just me in that cold November silence. I remember pulling my hoodie tighter and checking my phone. La 1:42. Alto M. The bus was supposed to come at 1:50. That's when I noticed him. A man standing across the street, just far enough that I couldn't make out his face. He wasn't moving, just standing, staring straight at me. I told myself there was nothing. Maybe someone else waiting for a ride, but there was no other stop on that side of the road. After a few seconds, I looked back down at my phone, then back up. He was closer now. Not walking, just closer. Like he'd skipped a few steps of reality. I froze. Tried to laugh it off. Maybe I blinked longer than I thought. I looked away again, checked the time. 1:46 a.m. When I looked back, he was right at the edge of the curb across from me. Still, silent. Watching. That streetlight kept flickering, and in between flashes, it felt like he was moving slightly. Every time the light went dark, like the world was cutting frames. Then my phone buzzed. A text from my roommate. "You home yet?" I typed back, waiting for the bus. The light flickered off again. When it came back on, he was gone. Relief hit me so fast I almost laughed. Maybe he'd walked away, but then I heard something from behind the bench. A dry, rasping breath. I turned. He was crouched right there, behind the bench, staring up at me with eyes too wide and too pale to belong to anyone normal. His mouth stretched into a grin that didn't match his face. Primera, ra, ene. I didn't even wait for the bus. I sprinted 2 blocks to the 24-hour gas station. When I looked back, he wasn't following. The next day, I told the bus driver about it. He went pale. "Kid," he said, "don't wait at that stop again. The man you saw he used to ride this route died 3 years ago. They found him right behind that bench, same spot you were sitting." I rent a small apartment above a garage on the edge of town. It is sold. Built in the 60 segundos, November is the worst month there because the walls seem to hold the cold like a secret. Last year, around mid-November, I noticed small things moving around. My boots placed differently. My fridge door slightly open in the morning. At first I thought it was me. Stress, forgetfulness. Then one night, I heard footsteps upstairs. That was impossible. There was no upstairs, just a crawl space above the ceiling. I turned down the TV and listened. 3 slow, dragging steps. Then silence. I told my landlord the next day, but he just laughed. Said, "You're probably hearing the pipes." 2 nights later, I woke up freezing. My blanket had been pulled off completely. I sat up, still half asleep, and saw a shadow standing in the corner. Tall, thin, the kind of shape your brain doesn't want to believe is real. I tried to speak, but my throat locked. The figure tilted its head, slow, deliberate. Then it whispered, clear as day, "You shouldn't have moved my boots." The next thing I remember is waking up on the floor at sunrise. Blanket folded neatly beside me. When I checked my phone, there was a photo open in my gallery. One I didn't take. It showed me asleep. The timestamp, las 3:11, Alto M. That same day, I called my landlord again, demanded he check the crawl space. He came with a flashlight, muttering about raccoons. When he pulled the hatch open, the smell hit us first, rot and cold earth. Inside was a pile of old belongings, shoes, coats, a cracked mirror, and wedged behind them, the skeleton of a man still wearing a faded work uniform. Police later found out he used to live in that unit decades ago. Disappeared one November. No one ever moved back in after me. Sometimes, when I pass that house, I still see a light on upstairs. but there is no upstairs. When I was 16, my friends and I used to sneak behind our high school at night. There was an old clearing there, perfect for bonfires, drinking cheap beer, and pretending we weren't scared of the woods. It was late November. The night sky was so clear you could see every star. There were 5 of us. Me, Ethan, Kyle, and the twins. We had a small fire going, telling ghost stories just to mess with each other. Around midnight, we saw a light deeper in the woods. Another fire. At first, we thought it was other kids, maybe seniors doing the same thing, but there was no sound, no voices, no laughter, just that steady orange glow about 50 yards away. Ethan grabbed a flashlight. "Let's check it out," he said. We followed him, crunching leaves under our shoes until we saw it clearly. A campfire burning, but nobody around. No backpacks, no bottles, no signs anyone had ever been there. Then we noticed something. The logs weren't T-logs at all. They were crosses. Small wooden crosses stacked and burning slowly. Kyle said, "This is messed up," and turned to leave. That's when we heard a low humming, like a chant coming from all around us. Shapes moved in the trees. People, but not kids. Their faces were painted black, eyes reflecting the fire. They circled us slowly, whispering something rhythmic, almost religious. Ethan shouted, "Run." We scattered. I don't remember how long I ran, only that I tripped and hit the dirt. The chanting stopped instantly. When I looked up, the woods were empty. No fire, no people, no sound. When I finally made it home, I called Ethan. No answer. Next day at school, only 3 of us showed up. Ethan and one of the twins never came back. Police searched the woods for weeks. They found nothing except a patch of scorched earth and 5 small wooden crosses arranged in a circle. Every November, I still drive past those woods. The trees are dead now, blackened, but once in a while, if you stop your car and listen, you can still hear the humming.